Hello, I'm drinking Magic Trail from Treehouse. Kind of a cool, shiny can. So this is a version of their Pilsner Trail, which used to be called Trail Magic. And they have a million different dry hop versions and things, but this is a version of it that's just been conditioned for a long time. Um, they've done this a few batches of this. It says summer 2025. Through this on the label it says brewed in late summer. I feel like this isn't from last summer, but they let it just condition on their lager cellar for a long time and naturally carbonate slowly. Um, it's a process called spunding, which isn't necessarily that long of a process, I don't think, but I guess it just makes it softer, makes it cleaner. A lot of the best European pilsners are conditioned or lagered. That's the whole thing that kind of makes something a lager. Besides the low fermentation temperature and the yeast, is that you lager it and let it condition and clean up with yeast in there for a long time to make it clean, and that also can naturally make the beer very clear without any filtration. And you can see it's pretty clear. It's not crystal clear. Some brewers have been doing stuff like this, but with like foeder aging, like Hill Farmstead's Memoria and Poetica are their lagers that they aged in foeders. This one's not. I think it probably just aged in like the cylindrical lager tanks. The horizontal cylinder ones. It's 5.2% alcohol. This was released pretty recently, and I haven't had just regular Trail in a long time, but Treehouse has been getting really good at their lagers, so I'm expecting this to be pretty good. It looks like the first batches of this had kind of mixed reviews from some people. Some of my Untapped friends really liked it, and the head looks pretty nice. It smells good. It smells very clean, very crackery, vanilla wafer type thing. Of course, the herbal hop component is a little dialed down because it's just older, but it doesn't smell like old. It's not like they put it they package it and let it sit for a long time. It's when they let it sit in the aging tanks with like live yeast in there, it really helps the beer develop and mature into something very refined. Yep, smells good. Just a hint of muskiness to it, but it helps. That aging helps to blow off a lot of like sulfur and get rid of a lot of compounds that would make a lager that's not super clean. So this one just is ultra clean. I gotta say, cracker like malt base. The head I feel like could be a little thicker, but we'll see what the mouth feels like. Pretty soft. Yeah, it's just ultra super duper clean, extremely drinkable. Nice and dry. And just like it just tastes like almost like a mass produced. I guess it's like a mass produced sort of German pilsner, where they make it with these similar methods. It feels pretty soft. I feel like the carbonation could be a little bit finer. Like the bubbles are a little big, but really good. And just amazingly clean. There's some hop spice in the finish, for sure. But it's just so clean that it actually it's almost like it has less flavor. But I guess that's kind of the idea. It is just an extremely subtle, delicate, pleasant beer to drink. Oh, wow. That is very good. And there's a little bit of bitterness coming in, but just no off flavors, no nothing, no esters, no fruity ale like stuff going on. Yeah, they did a pretty good job with this one. I can't say much else. Just extremely clean. I feel like the only thing they could do better is get them feel a little bit softer, the carbonation a little bit nicer. They say unmatched clarity, softness, and lacing galore. Pretty soft, but I've had softer. But the flavor and aroma is just like kind of perfect. If you want, of what you want is a really, really perfectly clean lager. Because I didn't do this thing. There you go. And it was a couple bucks more expensive than Trail, but it's kind of it's a special thing for sure. Yeah, I'm glad I got this one. Probably 4.5. I'm a fan. Bye.